Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to mighty Akim and Akwath out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's topic is going to be some news articles. U.S. deploying troops, the famine. Okay, I'm gonna get into details on how this famine and some judgments going out. Okay, so there's a couple of things, just want to put it all in one video. So firstly, okay, I have a lot of things from Instagram actually. So, but first let's look at this from ABC News. More U.S. troops deploy overseas in wake of Ukraine invasion. Okay, so this happened back in March, so I think 4 months ago. So I think I did hear vaguely about it, but I didn't hear about this specifically. I heard that they were going to help. I even did a video. They declared, I believe, that they were going to help out Ukraine, but I don't think they said that they sent troops. But I guess they did, since it happened. It's already happened. So, very clearly, I don't really need to go too much into it, but just the fact that they said that they're deploying troops. Oh yeah, there's another one. They're deploying troops to go, help Ukraine. Okay, and I actually have another video. Is this it? Nope, not this one. Not okay. Yeah, this. Okay, this also goes into the gas prices as well, but let's just listen to it right quick.
This week, you and the G7 allies introduced a plan for an oil price cap for Russian exports, which is not yet filled out, and obviously is a response to the high price of gasoline in the United States and around the world. Are you confident that that cap would bring down prices for American drivers? And how long is it fair to expect American drivers to continue to pay a premium because of this war?
Let me hear this. The second part of the question was, would it bring down the price?
Will it bring down prices? And the war has pushed prices up. They could go as high as $200 a barrel, some analysts think. How long is it fair to expect American drivers and drivers around the world to pay that premium for this war?
As long as it takes. So Russia cannot, in fact, defeat Ukraine and move beyond Ukraine. This is a critical position for the world. Here we are. Why do we have NATO? I told Putin that, in fact, if he were to move, we would move to strengthen NATO. We would move to strengthen NATO across the board. Look, let me explain the price. I suggested a while ago that what we should consider doing is putting a cap on the amount of money that we would pay for, the world would pay for Russian oil.
All right, so basically, one thing you need to remember, because there's another video I'm going to show, is that a lot of oil comes from Russia apparently. So it's actually an issue. Okay, it's an additional issue that not only that they're attacking U.S. allies, but they're not. The U.S. specifically is not getting, or not just them, but anyone allied with Ukraine are there. There's I guess a stop up or a pause on their shipments of oil. Okay, so there are basically realistically, if you want to say, he said it in a half understanding we have, or we need to look out for our allies, but realistically, basically he said that fuck you guys, shut the fuck up, you have to pay for this war, we have to fight, we have to fight Russia. Okay, just keep on doing it until we're done. All right, and I guess realistically it's okay, well, we don't know when they're gonna be done, so it could take it to the American eyes. It's oh, we don't know when this is gonna happen. We're just gonna keep on having to pay such huge prices for oil and whatnot. like, when is this going to end? That's basically what he was, the guy was trying to ask Biden. That's like, when are these gas prices gonna get down? In his head, in all of our heads, we're kind of tired of paying so much for gas. Like, when is this gonna get down and whatnot? All right, and basically, yeah, he's saying that, well, you just have to keep on paying it, blah blah blah. All right, so now the second video I want to get into is
17 to 24 are qualified to serve on official.
All right, so this right here is talking about recruitment. Okay, recruiting people in the U.S. Army or Marines or all those branches of military. Okay, so the U.S. they are deploying troops to go help Ukraine, and there's the only reason why I'm explaining this now is because when they speak, they do it in such like a non-direct way, and I hate that. Like, that's why I'm just saying it straight up. They're gonna say, should we really be sending troops out to Ukraine when we're not gonna be getting much recruitment now? That's basically what she's saying. So let's hear and verify.
Officials now admitting every branch of the military is depleted, struggling to meet recruiting goals. The DoD says only 23% of Americans aged 17 to 24 are qualified to serve without a waiver, and only 9% of that small pool has any inclination to serve. So is now a bad bad time to be loaning our troops to NATO? Joining me now, retired Marine Sergeant, Fox News contributor, Joey Jones, the Triple J.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all this?
Slakia, I believe I was muted. She said 17% are qualified to go serve in the military, but 1/10 of that 17%, which is whatever number the 17% is, are actually willing to go. So there's not a lot of people who are willing to go, which will eventually lead to the draft. All right. So now let's continue on.
Now, retired Marine Sergeant, Fox News contributor, Joey Jones, the Triple J. Yeah. So what do you think about all this? You see this and you hear the Pentagon saying we're having a really hard time recruiting, and the president's like, let's send a couple 100,000 more to Romania.
I don't know where the win is here other than...
That was so not funny. Like, that wasn't even funny. I don't know what is she on?
Posturing, which is not a bad military move if it works and it's devised in a plan. Yeah. We talk about bringing in Sweden and Finland. I think the real news here is kind of buried, which is to get Turkey on board. We have basically completely left behind any notion that we are aligned with or supporting the Kurds. Yeah. And so I think that's, maybe as a guy who fought a 20-year war in Afghanistan, I'm still a little bit kind of attached to that war that ended so terribly 6 months or a year ago. Maybe we were already there. I mean, it's basically why Mattis resigned. He felt like we were doing it wrongly. And the Kurds aren't innocent. Nobody's innocent in war. That's,
but they're a different kind of Kurds, but
yeah. So
the Turkish regime really likes to lump the entire group together and
the YPG
calling for their death.
Who fought against ISIS with us, and then there's the PKK that Turkey says is a terrorist organization and has killed civilians. And I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure they're not innocent any more than we are in some of the things we've done. But the idea here is these are two groups that we have held an alliance with up until about a year and a half ago when President Trump did not intervene with Turkey basically annihilating them. And so Finland and Sweden have
Right.
Officials now admitting every branch of the military.
So yeah, basically, this is what's going to lead into the whole military draft and whatnot. Then you're gonna need able-bodied people and whatnot. All the and like there was I believe I made it. Yes, I did make a video about it, like something about feminism or whatever, where there was a whole bunch of women joking about getting pregnant around the time the draft hits, so they can be exempt from serving the military. That's the funny thing about it is, with this whole what's the word, women's rights crap, whatever it's called, women are also going to be I guess targeted for the draft as well. So basically no one's safe, okay, unless you're a kid or something like that. All right.
Military is depleted.
But yeah, as of right now, there's the troops that are sent to help Ukraine out, and then they're looking for to get some more. So very soon we have to worry about. So that's two issues, okay? That's two issues. The first issue, which is the draft that's coming through, and the fact that there's a war, okay? The U.S. is getting involved. So what's it called? Russia or Putin had threatened America and said, "Don't get involved." Blah blah blah. If you get involved, there's gonna be consequences or whatever. Something to that effect. So that's another issue. The third issue is the famine. Okay, and I'm gonna get in this video here.
Diesel engine oil is supposed to run out soon.
Mandar esto a todas partes del mundo.
Diesel fuel and diesel engine oil is supposed to run out soon.
El combustible, tanto de diésel como otro tipo de hidrocarburos,
Because
también se ve afectado
heavy petroleum comes from Russia.
porque hay una buena parte del flujo que planean mandar esto a todas partes del mundo.
Diesel fuel and diesel engine oil is supposed to run out soon.
El combustible, tanto de diésel como otro tipo de hidrocarburos,
Because
también se ve afectado
heavy petroleum comes from Russia.
porque hay una buena parte del flujo petrolero que viene de Rusia
That is required for diesel.
y este se requiere para el diésel.
In the next 2 months, a shortage is expected in many Western countries.
Así que se espera que en los próximos 2 meses va a haber una reducción importante, una escasez importante de diésel en los países occidentales.
We needed to change the engine oil on our airplane in the United States.
Nosotros necesitamos cambiar ese motor de aceite en nuestra avioneta en los Estados Unidos
And we couldn't find any.
y no podíamos encontrarlo.
We finally had to order it from the other side of the United States, and we found just enough for one engine.
Y de hecho, nosotros tuvimos que poner nuestra orden del otro lado de los Estados Unidos y solamente encontramos suficiente para una avioneta,
Un motor.
un motor.
Food shortages are being planned.
También se están planeando escasez de alimentos
The food supply has been destroyed.
y la oferta de alimentos es algo que está siendo
They
destruido.
have destroyed and plowed up all the food in the farms.
Han destruido cualquier cantidad de granjas y los alimentos que las
And more
producen.
than 100 food processing plants in the United States have been burnt up.
Y más de 100 plantas procesadoras de alimentos en los Estados Unidos han sido quemadas.
Okay, so did you hear all this? Did you he said it, then the woman repeated it in, I believe, Spanish. Like, this is some real life stuff, okay? So number one, in the food shortage alone, okay, there is he said 7, I believe. There were some food plants that were burnt up, okay? I believe not only I did, but other brothers had talked about and made videos on this as well. Okay, it's talking about the fact that that there was burnt. They were burnt. The food plants were burnt up. There was no casualties, but there was food plants burnt up. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's no diesel fuel because he said diesel fuel comes from Russia. Okay, and they're not getting any because they're at odds with Russia right now. Okay, so like they're not able to transport food from one place to another. Number one, as well as there the actual places in America that actually make the food, they're not able to transport as well as they were burnt up. So the food supplies basically got just got destroyed. All right. So that's two separate issues. All right. They're already planning to on how to deal with the food shortages. All right. So right now things are getting crazy. Matthew chapter 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So you should be getting ready. All right. Are you ready for this? All right. Like this person says, text to 04, ready. All right. Are you ready? All right. Like this is actually seriously going down. Okay. Yeah. This something else. But yeah. So far, we talked about the war. We talked about the food shortages, the diesel fuel, the gas prices that are being risen up, as well as the shortage in diesel fuel, the gas prices for us, and then the diesel fuel, which is stopping trucks, like truck drivers, from being able to take food place to place and whatnot. Okay, as well as the whole food plants being burnt up. All right. And what else did we go?
Struggling to meet.
Oh, the draft as well. The draft. Okay. Like all these things are piling up, and everyone's Slovakia. Everyone is they're not aware of what's going on. Okay. Let's get this out. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, so number one, they're not going to escape. All right, the fact that this is all piling up, and then no one is real. Like honestly, I had to go in and find all of this. Okay, find it from different places, but primarily, from other brothers. Ibar144, go follow him on Instagram. What else?
Recruiting.
Mikael Mike 2_2. Okay, go follow him as well. He definitely puts a lot of good news out. Yeah, and the same thing. They are putting all this stuff out. Okay, and right now thankfully I was able to see it, and I'm compiling all this in this one area so everyone can know. Okay, this is all serious. This is all happening right under your noses, and the major media, the mainstream media, that's what it's called, is they're not really reporting this type of stuff. Okay, they want people to think, oh, everything's fine. There's no panic. There's no need for panic, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. But there are doomsday preppers on the amongst the so-called Edom, the actual Edomites. Okay, they know what's going on and they are preparing. But amongst Israel, we're not supposed to prepare. We're not supposed to prepare. We're supposed to prepare spiritually, not carnally. We're not supposed to go get our underground bunkers, go building up a food storage. Okay, but that's what they're going to do. Okay, and you never know what's going to happen because, let me get this. Okay. Luke chapter 12 verse 18, and he said, "This will I do, I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But Yahweh said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?" So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards Yahweh. So again, it's all in the matter of, are you building up, are you doomsday prepping carnally or spiritually? So if you doomsday prep carnally, that's the whole, oh, you're getting all these underground bunker, you're getting all this food stored up and whatever, you're having all these storehouses and whatnot. But when you do that, okay, when you do that, you never know who's gonna, take advantage of that, because it's not guaranteed to be you. It could be the fact that, oh, you did all that, and then someone somewhere murks you, okay, and then it's just there for no one. Or it could be you did all that prepping, and unbeknownst to you, an Israelite, a 1/3 Israelite, it gets to enjoy it, because the Most High guided them and removed that doomsday prepper out of the way for them. That's a potential possibility, but it's at the end of the day, it's through faith. We could be provided food from birds could come dropping food for us or something like that, or literally anything, whatever. We never know exactly what's going to happen, but ultimately we're not supposed to be building up and storing up, being a doomsday prepper carnally. We're supposed to be a doomsday prepper spiritually, whereas we do the work and we build up our spiritual bank account as we're laboring for the Most High. All right, we're laboring for the Most High so that we can get favor with the Most High. All right. Next, honestly, this is just I guess what's the word? News, but the Georgia Guidestones exploded. Okay, hopefully there's a video. I just wanted to show this.
These are what were once the Georgia Guidestones, built in
Slovakia, that's slowing down. Okay, this is from
1980. It was a more than 19-foot-tall monument featuring 10 guidelines for humanity. Tenets like balance personal rights with social duties and maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. And just days ago, it was rocked by an explosion. This video was released by the state of Georgia's Bureau of Investigation, showing a car speeding away just before the Guidestones exploded in a cloud of debris. The structure, sometimes referred to as America's Stonehenge, was severely damaged, with one of its pillars left in pieces. Part of its roof was also damaged. Authorities are now investigating the incident and looking for any information regarding the suspect. And while this wasn't the first time the structure was vandalized, with some seemingly seeing it as an affront to Christianity, it will be the last. The explosion left the structure severely damaged. The state has now demolished the rest of the Guidestones for safety reasons.
Okay, so wow, that's surprising. That's surprising. It was I guess, well, in all honesty, it was a Christian that did that. Not very clearly, it wasn't anyone that was a Hebrew Israelite related to the Hebrew Israelites, because well, actually, number one, where's Jake gonna get freaking explosives? Like, that's kind of weird. But very clearly it was Christian. I won't say their race, but because they said Jesus will beat you, Satan, and whatnot. And that whole guideline, what is it called? Georgia Guidestones, okay? Like, that's basically kind of like them mimicking their whole what's it called? the scriptures or the commandments from the Most High set up, because Esau wants to be the Most High so badly. Esau wishes that he was God so he could just, do whatever he wants, as he's been doing whatever he wants. And he has that whole arrogant mindset, arrogant complex, whatever. That's another reason why he made the Space Force, because he doesn't like the fact that the Most High is above him, and that's why he thinks that's why he thinks he can go fight against the Most High. That's why they wanted, the Space Force. We're gonna go fight anyone that's going out there. But because, and in addition to that, they've seen the chariots which they call UFOs, go around, running about. Okay, Slakia, running about, and that's them honestly getting scared, because their time is running out. Okay, let me get that precept actually. I think it's in the King James. I mean the Apocrypha. Okay, so I was wrong. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so Esau is going to have a very great wrath, and when stuff gets even more serious, what's it called? I think it's Revelation 2 and 10. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear not of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So when Esau has a great wrath for us, in addition to that, there's going to be, they're going to look for reasons to have wrath towards us. Examples like, the fact that there are some groups that take up arms, and they say, oh, we need to be militant and whatnot. So that's not what we're supposed to do. The scriptures say we're not supposed to do that. Okay, wise. Matthew chapter 10 verse 16. Behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay, we're not supposed to be, militant and whatnot. All right, and now moving on, there's another thing I want to go into. This ridiculousness that this is a senator, Rhode Island state senator. All right, what's it called? That's, I guess, encouraging people to vote for her. How does this encourage someone to vote for you? Okay, I don't know if I can play it. I'm just not gonna play it. You see where it's at. If you want to, I guess you can watch it, but I'm not gonna play it because this is ridiculous. This is just dumb. But basically, I saw the video, and she's twerking in the video. I don't know. I don't understand how that gets people to vote for you, but yeah, she's just doing this stuff, saying to vote for her, whatever, this queer inclusive pleasure based sex ed, whatever, teaching kids. Why they're teaching kids that, and most parents would want to keep, even before the whole gay marriage stuff, most parents would want to keep their kids away from sex in general, but they want to teach kids all about this, whole queer whatever. All right. So next, hold on. Before we get to that, Deuteronomy chapter 23 verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor sodomite of the sons of Israel. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So we're not supposed to. This is a commandment that we're not supposed to have, whores of the daughters of Israel. And she's she's not committing the act, but she's acting like it, and we shouldn't. And our women should be more modest. Okay. First Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. Also, in like manner, also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So again, just what she was wearing, she's not supposed to be wearing that, for everyone to see. Okay, that's not how our women should be conducting themselves. All right, now moving on to this. Okay, this was I was gonna put some more stuff, but this is just something that I wanted to show. Judgment going out, as I mentioned before. All right.
Claudio Vieira de Oliveira. He's a 37-year-old who lives with an extraordinary disability.
Desde do dia que eu nasci até os tempos de hoje, ninguém sabe informar o motivo da minha deficiência física.
Claudio was born with an extreme case of congenital malformation.
Okay, so basically, he was born with this disability, and his neck is all the way back or whatever. So let's see.
His legs are badly deformed, and his arms are of little use. And most bizarrely, his vertebral column has twisted back so severely that his head now rests facing backwards along his spine.
Quando eu nasci, que o médico me tirou e disse o seguinte, que eu não tinha 24 horas de vida.
So the doctor said, I don't know if you were able to read that, but the doctor said that he wouldn't live past 24 hours, but very clearly he lived past 24 hours, and I don't know how old he is now, but he's alive and he's living like this. Now, the thing is, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was, number one, the Most High literally kept this man alive just to punish him, honestly. Okay, there's no other way of saying it. This is definitely a punishment, okay? And he said he was born with it. Okay, so he didn't do anything in this life to deserve it. Okay, but we know through the scriptures that it's not just what you do in your current life, okay? Because there's reincarnation or regeneration, right? Depending on how you want to call it. So John 9 verse from the top, and as YAHAWASHI passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. It says he was born blind, okay? So just same as this guy, all right? Verse 2, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? So the disciples had asked who sinned, this man, and they also acknowledged that the man was born blind. So the man, Slakia, number one, the parents can cause deformities. The parents can sin and cause deformities in their children. Okay, the Most High can punish the parents by causing their children to have deformities. While also, in addition to that, if you were a wicked person in your previous life, in your next life, there's a punishment. So now the thing is, and I made a comment in another account over here, and I started thinking to myself, what did this nigga do to make Yahweh that mad? Now, this was very clearly a reference to this. We can watch it right quick.
Now this right here is where I grew up. I seen everything, man, everything. I seen the nigga get killed right over there, you know? They beat him up, stomped him, shot the dude, stomped the nigga again, and then I seen him take a dump on the dude. I swear to God, man, they actually like shot a deuce on this nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? They shot on the nigga, man. And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
And honestly, that's
Quite the prediction.
that's a good question to ask. That's a proper mindset to have. You should be saying, "Oh, what did this person do in order to deserve that?" Because the Most High is not just going to, let bad happen to someone for no reason. All right. And now, let me get the scriptures for that. Proverbs 12 verse 21. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Okay. So like this man. Okay. He just. What did he do? What did he do that the Most High made him born that way? And then on top of, making sure he also made sure he lived, okay, for I don't know how old he is. Okay. That is crazy. That's just crazy in my opinion. All right. Like, so I literally thought, I'm still thinking, what could he have done to make the Most High just smite him like that? Like that's cold, that's hard, that's unbelievable. All right, and that's judgment, because ultimately, the Most High he's going to punish people. He's going to exact his judgment, and that is in all serious, and that's the reality of it. That's judgment to this person, and I don't know what ethnicity is. Now, finally, the last thing I want to go into this.
You know what? I thought I wanted reparations. Nah, I don't want your money. I don't want this US dollar that's crashing. I don't want it. You're gonna give it to me when the dollar ain't worth shit. Then we're gonna have all this money and can't do nothing with it. Nah, I don't want reparations. I want my motherfucking planet back. I want the whole thing. Fuck $1 million. No, I want my fucking planet. I want it all the way back. I don't give a fuck where you go. Give me my fucking planet back. Fuck reparations. I want my planet. How about that?
Alright, so YAHAWAH, and we can read the scripture right there, Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So now, very clearly, Jake is waking up. Okay, I don't know if this brother is in the truth or not. Maybe not. Most likely not. But Jake is recognizing that, if they do give us reparation, it's gonna be like, like he said, when the dollar doesn't mean jack squat. Okay, so like it's a very not a big thing. I don't want to say he's thinking big, because it's not. There's even bigger and even greater things waiting for us with the Most High. Okay, but the fact that he's thinking like, oh wow, like the fact that he's starting to think, in a better sense, instead of just being satisfied with living in Babylon, that's a good sign. All right, so Yahawadah, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rukakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.